All right, welcome everyone. We're here for the first of the two semifinals here at the Canadian U22 Baseball Championships here at Beasley Field here in Dartmouth. Mark Moff with you, High Button Sports. Thank you very much for tuning in as always. And we're ready for this first semifinal here, Newmarket Hawks and Fredericton Royals. We're about to get the game started here as we're just getting everything squared away before we get going here. We'd like to go through the starting lineups with you just so that you know what they are before the game starts. We're going to start with the Fredericton Royals. Batting first in right field, number 33, Logan Walsh. Second at shortstop, 3, Zach O'Hara. Catching, number 9, Max Grant. At third base, 22, Craig Oliver. Next up, batting, left fielder, 18, Nick Rushton. After him, first base, 42, Nick St. Pierre. DHing, number 8, Connor Huckins. First base, number 20, Cole McTavish. And last in the batting order, and center field, number 11, Matt Chasson for Fredericton. And starting pitch for them is Garrig Hale. All right, as we flip it on over here to the Newmarket Hawks, their first batter of the game, center fielder, number 3, Ben Sidorenios. After him, shortstop, 14, Reed Lunny. Then third base, 29, C.J. Morey. Catcher for this game, starting for Newmarket, number 10, Ethan Murdy. After him in the batting order, right fielder, number 12, Jacob Silapika. Then after him, first base, 24, Ashton Fijo. After him in the batting order, DH, number 12, Aiden Ament. And in left field there, 19, Eric Lucas. And last in the batting order there for the Hawks, first base, number 4, Jack Kinsit, and starting on the mound there, number 52, Bryn B. Miller. So we're getting set for this one right here. And it looks like we're going to break before we get started with the game, and we'll be back to it when we are underway. About to get started with the first batter of the game here as Ben Sidorenios is going to step in the box here. Of course, starting the game in center field. And about ready to start with the pitching here. Garrig Hale there for the Royals. He's going to have as his catcher there Max Grant to start the game. All right, here comes the first pitch. That's going to be a ball to start the game 1-0 as we're here in the first of our two semifinals here for the Canadian U22 Baseball Championships. course, Fredericton had a bye directly into the semifinal. Newmarket had to go to a quarterfinal. We'll go through those in just a moment here, how both these teams got to this point. So that's going to be a ball 2-0. Overcast conditions, I'd say, thus far here this morning at Beasley Field. We'll see if it clears up as the day goes on, the final day here of the tournament. That's going to be a ball 3-0, so able to work this thing to a 3-0 count there. Sidorinios here at the start of the game. Here's the 3-0. That's going to be a 4-pitch walk to start the game, and there goes Sidorinios off to first base. Reed Lunny stepping in there, starting this game at shortstop. He's going to step in here. He's going to have Sidorinios at first. Still no away here in the top of the first. Lunny going to step in here. Sidorinios leads off first. In there, first strike. That's going to be the first strike of the game thrown in there by Hale and makes the count 0-1. As we are about to step back in here for Lunny. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Oh, but the bobbles. Grant's going to bobble the ball there, and that's going to send Sidorinios to second on the steal. So 0-2 the count here on Lunny, but Sidorinios able to get the second on the steal. Perhaps Grant could have thrown that one if the ball hadn't been bobbled. So we're going to get this thing back going here as Lunny steps back in. Oh, looked like it might have been a pitch out there because Sidorinios was thinking about going to third, but he ends up not going. That's going to be a ball 1-2. Sidorinios off second. From the stretch, here comes for Hale. That's going to be a ball, 2-2. Good crowd here for this first semifinal here, for this 10 a.m. game, as action happening all over this facility here, as that's one going to be high, 3-2, full count. There's a mower mowing the track and field there in the background where you throw like the javelins and the shot puts and the hammer throws and stuff, and just people running on the track. And I hear at least one dog barking away at something or someone. Full count, payoff pitch, ball, and that's going to be 2 straight walks to start the game here, as there goes Lunny off to first. C.J. Maury going to step in here. Starting this game at third base, he's going to have Sidorinios on second and Lunny on first here, both off of walks from Hale, and looks like we're going to have a little consultation here between Hale and Grant to make sure that they're not just reading the same book but are on the same page. Just to give a quick recap of how Fredericton got to this point, they had a 2-1 record in the preliminary round there to get to this, or a 3-1 record, I should say, in the 4-game preliminary round. 13-1 win over the PEI All-Star team, 5-1 over the Kentville Wildcats. They had a 17-2 loss over Kitchener, but a 3-2 win over the Dartmouth OLR Renegades to get to one of those top 2 seats, get the automatic berth. That's going to be ripped right in the center field. Maury's going to put that one in there. Throw it. We might see a play at the plate here early. Oh, it's going to be close. He's out. Oh, what a throw from center field. My gosh. Matt Chason. What a throw that was. Beautiful. Wow. Fantastic. Right at the start of the game, too. Huh. What a play that was. Fantastic. All right, now we all got to reset here, as they're still going to have runners on first and second here. As, of course, Sidorino is coming around the score here. Lunny's going to be at second, and Maury is going to be at first here. As stepping in here, Ethan Murdy starting this game behind the plate for the Newmarket Hawks. We eventually get to the bottom half of the first inning. Of course, we're still in the top half here. Here's the pitch from Hale. That's going to be drilled, but it's going to be foul, and that's going to careen into the parking lot. And oh, geez, that came about a couple inches from hitting a white car in the parking lot of the Caledonia Junior High School. So I'm sure that's the last thing we need here. Is we don't want any insurance claims for this thing. All right, 0-1 the count here off the foul ball. That's going to be Lunny off second. Maury off first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's going to be the strike in there. And 0-2 is going to be the count here. Just a quick recap of how this Newmarket team got here, of course. They had the... I'll get to that in just a moment here as Hale set once again here. That's going to be a ball. 1-2 the count. All right, so for these Newmarket Hawks here, 2-1 win over the PEI All-Star team, 2-1 loss to the Dartmouth Oil Renegades, 4-3 loss to the Kentville Wildcats, and 5-2 win over Kitchener. And of course, they had the 2-1 win over the Elmwood Giants yesterday, and a dramatic ending to that quarterfinal game as this one's going to be popped up into the infield and is going to be caught for the second out. Able to send under that one was O'Hare, and he makes the catch 2 away. Jacob Salapika stepping in here, starting this game in right field. Of course, I mentioned just a moment ago here, Newmarket having to go through a quarterfinal game to get to this point. And that was a dramatic win over the Elmwood Giants there on the last play of the game here. Slide into home, which was a very close play. Here's the pitch from Hale. Swing and a miss, strike one, 0-1. Lunny still on second, and Maury still on first here as we are 2 outs here in the top of the first. Just to go back to that thing for a moment, of course, we at High Button Sports decided to tweak that out to let you play pretend umpire there, to let you make the call your own there, as that's going to be a strike. 0-2 the count. And, you know, some people are saying out, some people are saying safe, but the call was made, and nothing we can do to change it now. Here's the pitch from Garrick Hale as both runners are going. Oh, that's going to be fouled back to keep the at-bat going, and that's going to send both runners back to the bags there. As there goes Lunny trotting back to second there, and Lunny is going to, or excuse me, Maury going to stay on first. As still in this at-bat here is Salapika. Hale stepping back in from the stretch. That's going to be popped out there, and it is going to be fair down the left field line. This is going to play at least one more here for the Hawks, and there's the run right there. So another one goes on the board for the Hawks, as that's going to be Lunny around to score, make it now 2-0 Newmarket. We're going to get back to this thing here as In's going to step in. Ashton Fijo going to step in here, starting this game at first base. As right now we're going to have Salapika on first and Maury over there on second. Already a couple runs here in this top half of the first inning for the Newmarket Hawks. That's going to be popped right field. This has got a chance. This got a chance. Gone! So that is going to be a home run there. Ashton Fijo puts it out of the park there. And as if this top half of the first inning wasn't good enough now for Newmarket, make it now even better, as that's a 3-run shot for Fijo. Now I'm going to be interested to see if they have some sort of tradition, whether it's a jacket or a hat or a wheelbarrow or a something. Well, I'm not going to be able to see as they're all going to careen into the dugout there, as that's still a 3-run shot there for Ashton Fijo. All right, Aiden Ament stepping in here, the DH for the Newmarket starting the game here. Oh, I thought that was, I don't know, maybe if it caught the plate, maybe just a sliver of it, of course. That's why I'm up here. And the umpire, of course, home plate umpire, has the best view of that there. He could see if it caught a sliver of the plate there, as that was a strike. 0-1 the count. Now that's going to be low for sure. We both are in agreement on that one, 1-1. All right, stepping back in here, Ament. 1-1 is the count. Already a huge top half of the first inning here for the Hawks. And that's going to be drilled. Foul. That was a pretty nice grab off the catch there by the first base coach down there for Newmarket. All right, 1-2 is going to be the count here. So 1 strike away from getting out of this thing here for Newmarket. Let's see what they can do with it here. As that's going to be foul. Oh, geez, there's some people right walking there. I don't know if they saw that there. Well, good thing they were not hit there. All right, it's going to keep the at-bat going for Ament here. Here comes the next one. That's going to be blooped foul to the right side. Keeping the at-back going here for Aiden Ament. As we continue here, as Ament's going to step back in here. Ball. That's going to bring the count to 2-2. Comes the next one. Ball. That's going to make it full count here. Once again, one strike away here, the Royals, from getting out of this top half of the first inning. We'll see if it can be done here. The 3-2. In there, strike three, and that is going to do it here for the top half of the first inning, but not for a huge top half of the first inning for the Newmarket Hawks. Back here with the bottom half of the first inning here of this semifinal, number one here, the Canadian U22 Baseball Championships. Mark Moff with you, High Button Sports. Thank you very much for tuning in as always. Big top half of the first inning there for the Hawks, putting 4 runs on the board. And now coming up here, Logan Walsh to lead things off for the Royals, starting this game in right field. And that is Bryn B. Miller in there, starting this game on the pitcher's mound. As here's the first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. And that's Murdy catching to start the game. We already got some action here in the Royals bullpen. That is Will Hicks throwing some balls in there. Ball, 1-1. Of course, we should mention that the second semifinal is going to be between the Dartmouth Oil Renegades and Kitchener Panthers. So that's going to be at 1 o'clock for the scheduled start time of that game. That's going to be foul back, and that's going to make the count 1-2. And just to run through the rest of the schedule for the final day here of the tournament, 4 p.m. scheduled time for the bronze medal game and 7 p.m. scheduled time for the gold medal game. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be a ball and make it now a 2-2 count. Next one coming. That's going to be put in there to center field, and that's going to be a base hit there, and that's going to put Logan Walsh on first base there with that single. Zach O'Hara stepping in here, starting this game at shortstop, and he's going to have Walsh on first here. All right, O'Hara's going to step in here. Leading off first is Walsh. As Bryn able to put a strike in there. 0-1 the count, excuse me. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be a ball 1-1. As we see off in the distance there, some players warming up for a game on the littler field that you see off in the distance. So those players getting their warm-ups in before the game in their league, age level over there. That's going to be drilled left field. It is deep, all the way back to the warning track, but the catch is going to be made there, and that's a pretty nice one as Lucas able to get that one away. Max Grant going to step in here, starting this game at catcher for the Royals. One away here in the bottom of the first inning, and still Walsh on first. All right, Walsh not Walsh, Grant gonna step in. Walsh still at first here. Bryn sends that one in, and that's gonna be strike. 0-1 the count. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Oh, that one's banged to center field. And that's off the wall, so... I'm trying to see... this could be a close one here. Close play at third, but the ball is going to almost pass. Oh, but that was a good play trying to see who that was to prevent the ball from going all the way into the dugout there. Oh, that could have been very bad as Walsh fell as he was rounding second. But he managed to get up and get back to third there, and that is going to get him to third, and that's going to get Grant to second. So, gets that one for you. Guess just making sure the third bag is okay there after a big old slide in there into third for Walsh. As we're about to have Craig Oliver step into the plate here. He's starting this game at third base. And looks like Walsh is okay though, albeit with dirt all over his uniform there, all over the front. But he's okay. That's the most important thing. That's good to see as we're going to get back to this thing here. Runners on second and third, both taking their lead here. That's going to be in there for the ball. 1-0 the count. Walsh still at third. Grant still at second here. That's going to be fouled back behind us here, and that's going to bring the count to 1-2. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit here at Beasley. I mean, there wasn't really any wind when we started here, but definitely the wind is starting to pick up a little bit out there. And still the overcast conditions. That's going to be put out there to short. The play to first is going to be in time for the out, but a runner's going to score for the Royals and put one across for the Royals as that's going to be Walsh scoring on the FC. All right, it's going to be one run put on the board here for the Royals as Nick Rushton going to step in here, starting this game in left field. He's going to have Grant on second. Strike. 0-1 the count as Bryn B. Miller able to put a nice one in there for the strike and make it the 0-1 count. That pitch is going to go by, and that is going to send Grant to third. And just we'll have a moment here while we reset here. We'd like to, now that we can officially say, because now is August 7th, wish our good friend Sidney Crosby a happy birthday here. 35 years old today. So, Sid, we hope you have an absolute fantastic day, my man. And we hope it is a very nice day for you. So, happy birthday, Sid, from all of us here at High Button Sports, man. Back to this thing here. 1-1 is the count. Swing and a miss for a strike. That is going to make it 1-2 the count now, I should say. 2 away here in the bottom of the first. Grant still on third. Of course, keep in mind these are 7-inning games here. Foul back, so that keeps us here at back going here for Mr. Nick Rushton. Here comes the next one. That's going to be popped up and foul, and that is going to droop and hit the roof of the other building that's here at Beasley for the people working this tournament here, and that keeps the at back going once again here for Nick Rushton. Of course, these Fredericton Royals coming by way of the New Brunswick Junior Baseball League as the NB reps here at the tournament. And of course, Newmarket, Ontario too, after coming up short in the huge Ontario U22 Eliminator, of course losing to Kitchener Panthers. That's why the destination, how it was, well it was. That's going to be a strikeout there, so that's going to do it here for the first inning here of the first semifinal. About to get back at it here with the top half of the second inning here of this first semifinal of the Canadian U22 Baseball Championships. Mark Moff with you, High Button Sports. Thank you very much for tuning in and sticking with us here all tournament long as Eric Lucas is going to lead things off here in the top half of the second inning, starting this game in left field. And just to finish my point here, of course, both Kitchener and Newmarket went through that big Ontario elimination tournament to get here. It was them and, if I remember my notes correctly, 22 other teams here from multiple leagues. So able to get through all those teams to be the 2 Ontario reps here. So that's going to be a ball 1-0 the count. And we'd like to acknowledge our sponsor, game sponsor for this particular game, Steve Carr of Royal LePage. Helping you is what we do. Of course, we being Mr. Carr over there at Royal LePage, as that's going to be a ball as well. 2-0 the count. Next one coming. And that's going to be in there for the ball, and that's going to run the count to 3-0. Comes the next one as Hale still out there pitching for the Royals. Strike. 3-1 the count. Strike. Full count. Hale looking to get himself back in here in this one as he's going to send the payoff pitch in there. That's going to be boomed to the right side, but easily on to first there, and the easy tap of the bag, 1 away. Nick St. Pierre able to get that tap of the bag there for the first out here. Jack Kinsett stepping in here, starting this game at second base. 1 away here in the top of the second. Hale with the first pitch of this at-bat. Ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Strike, 1-1. Strike. 1-2, excuse me. Of course, it's a pretty simple one to figure this one here. The winner of this game goes to the finals, and the loser goes to the bronze medal game. So definitely a lot on the line in this one here for both these teams. And, of course, in our second semifinal as well, one is the Dartmouth Oil Renegades and the Kitchener Panthers for a 1 o'clock scheduled start time. 2-2 the count here. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, full count. Payoff pitch. That's going to be banged to left field, but banged foul. That's going to keep the at-bat going here for Kinsit. Next payoff. Strike 3, and that is going to send Kinsit off on the strikeout there for the second out here of the half inning. Severino's going to step back in here. He walked and scored his last at-bat as Kinsit sort of did that thing that gets all baseball players red-faced when they think they've walked, but it's really a strike. And they walk down, then they suddenly stop, and then they feel a little bit embarrassed after that. But I'm sure all baseball players can move on from that one. Got the rest of the game to go here. Severino's. That's a power shot there. Center field. But that is going to be caught and able to set it under and get that one. Chase on. And that is going to end this half inning. About to get back out here at the bottom of the second inning here in this semifinal, number 1 here of the Canadian U22 Baseball Championships. Mark Moff with you, High Button Sports. Thank you very much for sticking with us here all tournament long. Nick St. Pierre to lead off the bottom half of the second. He is starting this game at second base for the Royals. Bryn B. Miller going to send this one in here. Still on the mound here for the Newmarket Hawks. That's going to be a ball, 1-0 the count. It's about as big as the wind has been here. I mean, it started as a light breeze, but now I see more of an intermittent gust right now. Ball, 2-0, and we'd like to once again acknowledge our game sponsor for this game, Steve Carr of Royal LePage. Helping you is what we do. And once again, in that slogan, we being Steve Carr at Royal LePage, because it's not me, it's Mr. Carr. I'm no real estate agent. And that's going to be ball to bring the count up to 3-0 here. So able to work this thing to a 3-0 count here is St. Pierre. Strike, 3-1. Of course, as I mentioned before, Fredericton had the bye coming into this semifinal, having finished top 2 in the preliminary round. And, of course, Newmarket had to play that quarterfinal game yesterday against the Elmwood Giants. So got to figure if that's going to be a factor in there. That's going to be a walk, and that's going to send St. Pierre to first on the walk. Connor Huckins to step in here, DHing to start this game. I guess just to go back to my point there, I guess it's there's pros and cons to each, whether getting the bye or having to play in the quarterfinal. Get to play the extra game or get the rest. I guess it's perhaps every player would be different in terms of what they would choose if they would have the choice. Bryn throws a strike in there, 1-0. St. Pierre going to take his lead off first by about 4 or 5 paces. That's going to be a strike. Looks like caught the inside part of the plate there for that one. 0-2 the count. Still no way here in the bottom of the second. Once again, another 4 or 5 pace lead off the bag there at first. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be opposite field, left field. Oh, nice run and catch there, as that was very nicely done by Reed Lunny, and 1 away. Cole McTavish to step his way in here, starting this game at first base. He's going to have St. Pierre on first here, as we are now 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Comes the first pitch in here of this at-bat. That's going to be inside there, 1-0. As looks like we have track and field practice happening behind us here, as we got people going over hurdles and just running along and doing that here. Of course, multiple sports facilities here at the whole Beasley Field property. Swing and a miss. That's going to be wet. Now the play over to first. Safe. Able to get back there was St. Pierre. But it is going to make it the 1-1 count here off the swing and a miss by McTavish. Off of first once again here, St. Pierre. That's going to be sent right, but it's going to be sent foul into the little it's a little hill that here at Beasley along the right field side here. So the count's going to be 1-2. The example was made yesterday about how Williamsport, there's the same sort of thing. There's the hill behind center field at the Alameda Stadium, but of course for this year at Beasley, there's no kids on pieces of cardboard going down mud, which I would personally not recommend, because that's, I imagine, an easy way to break something. But hey, it's your choice. I'm just giving you my recommendation. It's your choice. I mean, you don't have to listen to me. In terms of my advice, that is. As here comes the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be a ball. And caught in a run down here. This could get tricky. Play at second. And that's going to be safe. So that could have been very bad there for St. Pierre. He was kind of caught there, but able to get the second there and goes to second base. But the count is going to run full here on McTavish. Looks like they just need a moment to fix the bag. And looks like they did indeed fix the bag here. So we're going to get this payoff pitch here. Bryn's going to send this one in here. That is going to be fouled and make it now still the at-bat going on here for Cole McTavish. We're going to try this payoff pitch again here, as once again 4 or 5 paces off second base here for St. Pierre. In the dirt for ball 4, and that's going to send to first McTavish on the walk. Matt Chasson going to come up here. He is starting this game in center field, and he's going to have St. Pierre on second and McTavish on first here. As we're going to get a consultation at the mound here. In fact, it might be the whole. Is it going to be the whole? Might be the whole infield here. And they're going to get their things going there before we get back going with this thing here. Of course, this is Mark Moffat with you from High Button Sports. Thank you very much for sticking with us all tournament long. We certainly do very much appreciate all the kind words that have been sent regarding our broadcasts here of the tournament here. The Canadian U22 Baseball Championship. All right, Chasson going to step in here, as there's still just one away here in the bottom of the second, and We're going to have St. Pierre on second and McTavish over on first. All right, Bryn going to send this pitch in here. Ball. 1-0. Wind starting to pick up again here at Beasley. As we see the flags just to your left of your view here, dancing in the wind, as that's going to be a ball to send the count to 2-0. Ball. That's going to send the count to 3-0. All right, it's back in here as it's the 3-0 count here. Able to get this thing to a 3-0 count. Here's Chason. That is going to be ball 4, so the 4-pitch walk is going to load the bases here for the Royals. All right, back to the top of the order here for the Royals, and here comes Logan Walsh back in here. He had a single and scored in his first trip at the plate and around the base, and he's got the bases loaded here. St. Pierre on third, McTavish on second, Chason on first. Strike. 0-1. This could be a big moment here for the Royals as we got some action here in the Newmarket bullpen as Ethan Boivier is warming up. Strike. 0-2. Definitely looked like that pitch definitely caught an inside part of that plate there to send this thing to an 0-2 count here. So quickly in the hole here is Walsh. That's going to be popped up. First base side. Able to make the catch and able to snag that one securely there as Fijo able to get that one, and that's going to be the second out. Zach O'Hara going to step his way back up here. He flew out to left field his last at-bat and steps up here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, but the bases are still loaded here. St. Pierre still on third, McTavish still on second, and Chason still on first. That pitch is inside, 1-0. Newmarket are in a jam here. We'll see if they can get out of it here. They're almost there with this. We're 2 outs here. That pitch is going to be inside 2-0. Strike on the inside. 2-1. Grounder. Oh, and how kind of a hesitation there as the ball was coming right there, but the play's going to be made, and out of this jam come the Hawks, as that could have been much worse from theirs as they are able to get out of this jam as we're now through 2 complete innings. Back at it here with the top of the third here of the semifinal number 1 of the Canadian U22 Baseball Championships. Mark Moff with you. High Button Sports, thank you very much for sticking with us here. Reed Lunny going to lead things off here in the top of the third. He had a walk and scored his last trip around the plate and the base pass, as Hale is still out there on the mound for the Royals. It's definitely getting brighter out there here at Beasley Field here in Dartmouth, as perhaps the sun will break through the clouds, or the clouds will dissipate, as we shall see as the day goes on here, our final day here at the tournament. That's going to be popped up to the left side, going to drift into foul ground here. They got a chance at this one. Oh, but 3 guys in there and just a bit out of their reach there, as that's going to drop foul. Oliver was trying to get it, as was O'Hara, as was Rushton, but just a bit out of their reaches there, and that's going to drop foul for the 0-1 count. Okay, Lenny going to step his way back in here. Garrick Hale gets the sign there. And sends this one in. That's going to be ball. 1-1 the count there. Grant still behind the plate here for Fredericton. In low there for the 2-1 count. Ball. That's going to make it the 3-1 count here. Hale going to send the 3-1 pitch in. That's going to be drilled. Right side in there for the base hit there, and a bit bobbled there in right field, but able to recover nicely there was Walsh to prevent potential extra bases. All right, Moore going to step his way back into the box here. He had a single his last at-bat.
Thank you. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
We're still no away here in the top of the third, as we're going to have Lunny on first. That one is going to be belted left field. And going to be able to make that catch there and able to get that one successfully. There was Rushton, 2 away. Or the first out of the half inning, I should say, excuse me. All right, Murdy going to step his way back in here for the Hawks. In his last at-bat, he popped out to shortstop. All right, Murdy going to step his way in here. Hale sets up here. Is still at first is Lunny, who's off the bag by about 5 paces. Here's the pitch. That's sent right up the gut. This could be 2. There's the one at second. Over to first. A sliding play at first, and they got him. Oh, what a double play that was. Very nicely done by the Rose. The rare 2-3-2 double play to end the top half of the third. Back at it here at the bottom of the third of semifinal number 1 here, the Canadian U22 Baseball Championships. Mark Watt with you, High Button Sports. Thank you very much for sticking with us here. As you just saw, I got to correct myself. As we just saw the top half of the third end, that was a 3-4-3 double play. Ground to first, of course, to second, then to first for 2. And the rare occasion where you see a guy sliding into first base there, but the double play was made here to get us out of that half inning, as that one's going to be ripped foul up the right side there as Max Grant is back up the dish for the Royals. He had a double his last at-bat. As Brent Miller still in there for the pitching for the Newmarket Hawks, number 52. Still on the mound here for Newmarket. Ball. That's going to bring the count to a 1-1 here. That is sent up the right side there. Plays made at first. Got a little bit of rush there to get to the bag there, but it's going to be it there, as able to get the tap there was Fijo, and that's the first out. All right, Craig Oliver going to step back in here. He had a sacrifice. He had a sacrifice ground out that ended up scoring a run there for the Royals. Bryn sends it in. That's going to be a strike. They're going to say he went around there. Definitely looked like the bat broke the plane there, so 0-1's going to be the count. Bryn settles in, throws the pitch in, and that's going to be a swing and a miss there, strike 2, 0-2. Oh, and 2 is going to be the count here. That's going to be high for the 1-2 count. Looks like the game that they're warming up for on the field off in the distance was about to get underway there. That ball is going to be drilled to left center, and the catch is going to be made, and that's going to be the out right there, as that one is going to be caught by Cinerinios out in center. Nick Rushton going to step back in here. He struck out his last at-bat, and he's going to step up here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Of course, remember, only 7-inning games here at these, at this particular tournament. Bryn with the pitch. That is going to be a ball. Outside, they're going to say. If it missed, it didn't miss by much down there. 1-0 the count. Off to second base, a little flare, and that is going to be caught at second, and that is going to do it, as that was the flare caught by Kinset, and that's going to do it here for the third inning. Back at it with the top of the fourth here, the semifinal number 1 of the Canadian U22 Baseball Championships. Mark Moffat back with you from High Button Sports. Thank you very much for sticking with us here. We'd like to acknowledge our game sponsor once again, Steve Kerr of Royal LePage. Royal LePage, helping you is what we do. All right, Jacob Salapica going to step back in here. He singled and scored his last time out. Hale still on the mound. That's going to be popped to short, and the catch is to be made. 1 pitch, 1 out. O'Hara able to snag that one for the first out of the half inning. Bejo going to step back in here for Newmarket. He had that big home run that we saw in his last at-bat there. That was a 3-run home run for the Newmarket Hawks. And let's see what he can do in his second at-bat at the game. Inside, that is 1-0. Here comes the next one. As a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Garrick Hale. Strike, 1-2. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch from Hale. That is way outside to bring the count to 2-2. Fejo steps back in. Here comes Hale with the 2-2 pitch. They're going to say if he go there, they're going to say no on the third base side, and that's going to bring the count to full. It was close there on that check swing by Fejo, but they're saying down the third base side, no, he did not go around, so the full count is going to come here. And here's the payoff pitch from Hale. It's going to be outside ball 4, and that's going to send Fejo to first base on the walk. Eamon Emmett going to step back in here for Newmarket. He struck out his last at-bat, who started this game as the DH and is still the DH in here for Newmarket. Fejo's going to be on first here, as there is 1 out here in the top of the fourth. Strike. 0-1 the count. That one catching the outside corner. That's going to be in there for a strike, and 0-2 is going to be counted. I would be remiss if I didn't say as we're beginning the final day here, we'd like to wish all teams safe travels, whether it's a couple-minute drive or a couple-hour flight, depending on which team it is. We'd like to wish you all safe travels and hope you had a great time here, both on and off the field here at this tournament. That's going to be grounded to second. This could be 2. Over to first for 1, and that's all they're going to get, as the out is going to be made at second there, but they tried for 2, but they can only get the 1 there. So that's going to be Fejo out at second, but Amen's going to get the first on the FC. All right, Lucas going to step his way back in here. He grounded out to first base in his last at-bat and is going to step up here. And he's going to have Ament over on first off the FC that we just saw there with 2 away here in the top of the fourth. And when I say FC, I mean fielder's choice, as you just saw. I'm just saying FC just for the short form there, as that's going to be drilled right field. Who's got a chance? Oh, goes off the back of the wall there. And that's going to hold everyone up here, as that was a drive for sure. And I guess just the way it went off the wall and fielded, only able to get to first there was Lucas. But does able to send Ament over to third base. Kinzik going to step his way back in here. He struck out his last at-bat. He's going to have runners on the corners here with Ament on third and Lucas on first. That was a big drive there from Lucas that we just saw. I guess, once again, just the way it bounced off the wall and the way it was fielded out there in right field by Walsh, that could only get to first there, could at that time, as that's going to be driven foul to the left side. That's going to make it 0-1 count. I should say that was only could get Lucas there to first base. Of course, Amen was able to get to third there. Still runners on the corners here as Kinset just fouled that one off. 0-1 the count. then off third. Lucas off first. Here's the pitch from Hale. Moving up for the pickoff play to first. And back in time there is Lucas. Kensett going to step his way back in here. The count is still 0-1 as we are 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Well, that is going to make it the 1-1 count here. As I see a bus going off in the distance there, of course, the teams that would be traveling on buses back and forth from the hotels as pickoff play to first, and back in time is Lucas. Of course, that's been an occurrence as I've seen as I've been arriving here for the tournament and leaving is you see the buses in the parking lot waiting for the teams that can't just drive back to their houses after each game, like, for instance, the Renegades or the Marlins. Drilled left, but drilled foul. And at least a couple of fans were thinking of catching that ball, but that was a big flare, and they all, in my opinion, very wisely got out of the way and let it drop. Got some action in the Royals bullpen at this time. Looks like it is Hicks back in there. He was in there before. Now he's back in there for the Royals. Fouled back, and that's going to be into the mesh there to bring the count to 1-2. All right. Once again, and then off third. Lucas off first. Kensett still in that at bat. Here's the pitch from Hale. That's going to be fouled back once again there, and the at-bat continues here for Kensett as the count remains at 1-2. Kensett giving a big stretch here before making his way back into the box. As he's gotten this at-bat to this point here with Hale on the mound for the Royals. All right, next one, Garrick Hale is going to send this one in here. Strike 3, and that is going to do it here for this half inning. And a word was just said, I can't repeat on this family-friendly broadcast. I believe that was from Kensett that just struck out here to end the half inning. Back at it here, bottom of the fourth inning here of semifinal number 1 here in the Canadian U22 Baseball Championships here. Newmarket Hawks and Fredericton Royals still at it here as Mark Moffat with you. High Bunt Sports, thank you very much for sticking with us here. Bryn Bymiller still out there on the mound for Newmarket as that's going to be sent to the right side. And it's going to be caught there. It's going to fly out on that one was St. Pierre, excuse me, as we are one away here. St. Pierre had to walk his last habit, just flew out that time to right field. Hawkins to step his way back in here. He popped out to shortstop his last at-bat. As we're 1 pitch, 1 out here thus far in the bottom of the fourth. Bymiller sends it in, but that's going to be a ball. 1-0. That's going to be a strike. 1-1 the count there. And this time I'd like to once again thank our game sponsor for this game, Steve Carr, Royal LePage Atlantic. Royal LePage Atlantic, helping you is what we do. Strike. Looks like caught the outside corner of the plate there for the 1-2 count. Huckins steps back in. Miller. Going to send this one back in here. Swing and a miss to make it strike 3. And that's going to be the second out here. So 2 away. Cole McTavish stepping his way back in there. He walked his last at-bat. As we are now 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Ball. That's going to make it the 1-0 count here. Dog barking somewhere around. Oh yeah, I see the dog there just on the hill above the right field side here with some people there, as that's going to be popped and fouled back. Oh, thought maybe Murdy might have had a chance at that one, but it ends up going wide there to make it the 1-1 count here. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Miller. Low, 2-1. We are 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. The count sits at 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2, 2-2. One strike away here from getting out of this half inning here for the Newmarket Hawks. As Miller going to send the 2-2 pitch in here. That's going to be low to make the full count. Miller getting himself set here. As he's about to get the payoff pitch in there and deliver to McTavish. That's going to be ball 4, and that's going to send McTavish to first base. Chasson going to step his way back in there. He walked his last at-bat, and he's going to have McTavish on first here. Still 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. It's going to be a ball low as we are 1-0 the count. Still over at first base is McTavish. Next one coming to Chasson. Swing and a miss. That is going to be a strike. And make the count 1-1. McTavish off first by 4 paces. As here's the next pitch from Miller to Chasson. That's going to be a ball there. Good job to check that swing there for Chasson, as that's going to make the count 2-1. Off by about 4 paces once again here. Off first is McTavish. That pitch is going to be high that time to get this to a 3-1 count. Off by about 4 paces once again. Off first base is McTavish. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back by Chasson to get it to the full count. One strike away from getting out of this half inning here are the Newmarket Hawks. Here comes the payoff pitch from the stretch. Runner's going, and that's going to be popped up into the infield very high up. It's going to be called for and caught, and that's going to do it here for this half inning. It's a good job to call for that one was Fijo to call for that one and end the half inning off the catch.
No.
About to get back at here, top of the 5th here in semifinal number 1 here in the Canadian U22 Baseball Championships. Mark Moff with you, High Button Sports. Thank you very much for sticking with us here. So Norinio's going to step back in here for the Newmarket Hawks. He has walked, scored, and flew out in the game thus far. And dirt all over his uniform there. Trying to remember if he had at least one slide in there. Is Hale still out there for the Royals pitching? Ball. That's going to make it the 1-0 count here. Start the top of the 5th. That pitch is going to be in there for the 2-0. As we see for the first time today, the Carnival has sparked up over there. I guess it must be as we're a little past 11 in the morning here, Atlantic Standard Time. Maybe that's the opening for the thing, 11 in the morning there. So that's going to be in there for a strike 2-1. We were here kind of late last night, and maybe it was around maybe 10:30, 11 that the Carnival stopped for the night. Maybe a bit earlier, as that's going to be popped to the right side. That's actually kind of deep, actually. And the catch is made there. Oh, Jesus. There was two guys going for it in there. The right, trying to see. It was Walsh and Chasson. Walsh trying to get it, but I'm trying to see. One of them got it, but the other one fell hard on the warning track. Looks like that player, trying to see who it is back up here. I believe it is Chasson that went down as he sort of crisscrossed in there with Walsh, as Walsh was the one who made the catch. Looks like everyone's all right down there. Is everyone going to be able to stay in the trying to see if everyone's going to be able to stay in the if the lineup's going to change here for the Royals, and it looks like it is not, and we're going to keep on going. So good thing that man was okay after falling hard on the warning track, and we're going to keep this thing going here. As here comes Lunny stepping up here in this game. He has walked, scored, and had a single. Lunny to step in here. That's going to be low. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. As we are one away here in the top of the 5th. That's going to be opposite field, left field. And that's going to drop in there, and that's going to be the base hit there for Reed Lunny, and he's going to send himself to first base. Maury going to step back in here in this game. He has singled and flew out to left field. He's going to have Lunny on first here. Hale still out there on the mound for the Royals. Lunny leads off first. Here's the pitch to Maury. Strike. Looks like he just caught the inside corner there, as we're going to do the 0-1 count there, as third base coach giving the signs over to Lunny at first, in a way that only line coaches can give, with the multiple taps of the cap and the pants and the shirt and the jacket and the shoes. And the runner's going. Lunny going to drill that one up to short, and the play over first is going to be in time, 2 away. But it is going to send Lunny over to second there, so looks like that's going to go down officially as an FC on that particular one, as Murdy to step back up to the plate. In this one, he is popped out to short and has gotten out at first. Of course, on the one out there last time, he was part of that very rare 3-4-3 double play. That one popped to second. Over to second. The throw to first is going to be in time, and that's going to do it for this half inning off the very nice throw there from St. Pierre, and that does it for the half inning. Here to start the bottom of the fifth inning here is Fredericton Royals and Newmarket Hawks. Continuing on here, Mark Moff with you, High Button Sports. Thank you very much for sticking with us here for semifinal number 1 here of the Canadian U22 Baseball Championships. Walsh to step in here for the Royals as in this game he has singled, scored, and popped out to first base. Bryn Bymiller still in there on the mound for the Hawks as here's the pitch. That's going to be inside. So that's going to create the 1-0 count here. And as I think the sun is going to pop through the clouds here, the brightness has definitely increased out here at Beasley Field here in Dartmouth. That's going to be popped up to the left side. Looks like a play is to be made here in foul ground, and it is going to be made. There's the catch. Is going to be made there by Lunny. 1 away. O'Hara stepping back in here. In this game, he has flew out to left field and grounded out to shortstop. So he is going to step his way back in here. Here's the pitch. Strike. That is going to make it the 0-1 count here. That one's going to be outside. I think that's to say go there. That's going to be the 1-1 count here. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Over the heart of the plate for that strike that time. That's going to be 1-2. Of course, we are 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Popped over to third base there. The play is going to be in time for the second out. There's a very nice throw there from Lunny over to first to get the out for the second out. All right, Max Grant stepping his way back in here. He, in this game thus far, has doubled and grounded out to first. And he's going to step in here with 2 outs here. Gosh, getting that box just the way he likes it there. Now stepping his way in here, bat off the plate. Here we go. Into that batting stance there, and here's the pitch. And that's going to go wide there. And 1-0 count. Gosh, from his reaction, he thought it might have been hit there, but it just careens off to the backstop there for the 1-0 count. Strike. 1-1. They complain about that pitch there, and of course, that's not going to change the call, though. Strike! Looks like definitely caught the outside corner there, 1-2. Stepping back in here. Here it is here for Grant. That's going to be fouled to the left side. It might even reach the roof of the school. No, it does not. Just off the parking lot and off the concrete, or the brick wall, I should say, over at the Caledonia. All right, it's going to bring the count to 1-2. Grant stepping back in here. That is going to be low and outside, 2-2. That is low and outside once again there to make it the full count. That's going to be drilled center field. A little flare, but the catch is to be made in center field, as able to snag the one with Sidorinios, and that is to do it for the half inning right here. All right, we're back at this thing here as we're about to get started here with the top of the sixth. As Hale's still out there on the mound and leading things off here in the top of the sixth here for the Hawks. It is Jacob Salapica. In this game thus far, he has gotten a single, scored, and popped out to shortstop. And that first pitch in, there's a ball, 1-0. Next one in there is a ball as well, as we are strike, excuse me, as we are 1-1 the count here. And we do have one fielding change out there for the Royals, as number 34, Alec McRae, is out there in center field replacing Chasson. That's going to be a ball there to create the 3-1 count. Or excuse me, just 2-1 that time. That's fouled back into the catching glove there to make it the 2-2 count. That's going to be drilled opposite way to right field. And can't get the catch there, and that is going to send that man that's just barely able to not make that catch there was Walsh. And that's going to send to first Salapika. Bejo stepping back in here in this game thus far. He had a homer, 3-run homer, as well as a walk. Salapika leading off first as that one's going to be banged to right field this time. And Walsh is going to be able to get the catch there and successful and gets the out. Eamon Ament going to step his way back in here in this game thus far. He has struck out and reached on a fielder's choice. As we are one away here in the top of the 6th. Of course, this is Mark Moffat with you from High Button Sports. Thank you very much for sticking with us here all tournament long. As we're in the final day here. Runners going. The play to second there. Going to be close. Safe! And able to get there. Off the steal. Salapika to get the second. Count is going to be... Well, first we got to fix the bag there. Make sure it's still all good there. 0-1's going to be the count on Ament at the plate. All right, Aiden Ament's going to step back in here. Salapika's going to lead off second. Here's the pitch on the stretch from Hale. That's going to be fouled back into the mesh to make the count 0-2. So quickly in a hole here is Ament. Still in there DHing for Newmarket in this game. Salapika thought about going as he shuffles his way along here. That pitch is going to get past, and that's going to advance Salapika to third base. All right, so that's going to put Salapika over at third. And Ament still at the plate here, so the count is 1-2. We'll see if Newmarket can add another one here. As Hale going to settle back in here. Grant settles back in behind the plate in the catching position. That's going to be just roped to third base. The play over is going to be in time, 2 away, and that's going to keep the runner at third. Lucas going to step his way back in here in this game. He is grounded out to first base and has had a single. And he is going to have Salapika over at third here as we are 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. That pitch is going to be low there for the ball, 1-0. Next one coming. Strike. 1-1. Strike on the outside corner. 1-2. Salapika leading off third here. Here's the pitch from Hale. Strike 3, and that is going to do it here for this half inning here as the strikeout's going to come here, and that's going to do it for the half inning. Back at it here with the bottom of the 6th in the first semifinal of the Canadian U22 Baseball Championships. Mark Moff with you from High Button Sports. Thank you very much for sticking with us here. And Miller still out there pitching for the Newmarket Hawks, and leading off here for the Royals. Here is going to be Greg Oliver once again. In this game, he has had a sacrifice ground out to second and a slew out to center field. Here's the pitch here. Strike, 0-1. Wind picking up once again here at Beasley Field. It's about as heavy as the wind has been thus far. And we might have some action here in the Newmarket bullpen as Bymiller's still out there, but we'll get that in just a second here. Ground ball to third. The throw over first is going to be in time, one away. Good throw over there as Lunny gets that one. First out. All right, Rushton stepped back in here. He's had a strikeout and louned out to second base. And the Newmarket bullpen, looks like it's Boisvier back in there. He was in there earlier, now he's back in there. As Bymiller has been pitching the whole game here, as has, over on the opposite side, Hale for the Royals. Strike is going to come there off the swing and a miss from Rushton. 0-1 the count. Of course, the winner of this game faces the winner of Dartmouth Royal Renegades and Kitchener Panthers in the championship game. As that one's popped up to shallow center. Oh, but the second baseman's going to crawl out to make that catch there, or back up, I should say, as Kinsek gets that one and 2 outs. St. Pierre stepping back in there. In this game, he has walked and flew out to right field. And, of course, as I just mentioned there, winner goes on to the championship game, plays either the Renegades or the Panthers, and loser this game loses the second semifinal for the bronze medal. Of course, both the gold and the bronze medal games later today. Bronze scheduled for a 4 p.m. start, gold for a 7, and of course 1 p.m. for that second semifinal between the Renegades and the Panthers. It's 0-1 the count here to St. Pierre. Strike, outside corner, 0-2. And there's a broken bat to short. The play over the first is going to be in time, and that was the nice throw over there off the broken bat by Lunny, and that does it here for the half inning right here. On to the top of the 7th here at the Canadian U22 Baseball Championship Semifinal number 1 here between the Fredericton Royals and the Newmarket Hawks. Mark Moff with you, High Button Sports. Thank you very much for sticking with us here. And down to the bottom of the order to get things started here in the top 7 is Kinsett going to step back in here. He struck out twice in this game. Hale still out there pitching for the Fredericton Royals, as he does one line on a final stretch here before stepping back on the mound. And here's the first pitch in here to Kinsett. It's going to be low and outside there for ball 1, 1-0 the count. The sun finally starting to come through here at Beasley Field in Dartmouth. And it's starting to shine down here. Swing and a miss there. Strike 1, 1-1 is the count as the wind It seems to be on and off here all throughout this game here. It comes and goes, and right now it's coming. Ball. That's going to make it the 2-1 count here. Still in the lead here are the Hawks, so they will have the lead going into the bottom half, where they'll try to close up, but we'll see if they can increase that lead. Ball. High. 3-1. That's going to be a ball 4 there, and that's going to send Kinsit to first on the walk. Back up to the top of the order now for the Newmarket Hawks, and Ben Sidorinios going to step back in there. In this game thus far, he has walked, scored, flew out to center, and flew out to right. And we're going to have either a consultation or a change of pitchers here, as we're going to see what happens here with this one. Of course, Hale's been in there all game. And he hands over the ball, and that's going to do it for the pitching outing here for Garrick Hale after been 6 innings. All right, we're going to see who this new pitcher is here for Newmarket. Looks like it is Jacob Dean that's going to, yes, indeed, Jacob Dean going to step in here. So we're going to step aside for a moment here and let Dean get his warm-ups in, and we'll be back at it when we're ready to get back going. Will Hicks, the new pitcher in here for the Fredericton Royals, as he's going to get his first pitch in here to Centurinios. That's going to be in there for a strike, 0-1 the count. Still have the runner on first base. That's going to be swung in on there and missed there. Strike 2, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's going to be driven off field to right field, but foul. And we're just double checking this. Yes, it looks like we have a pinch runner out there for the Newmarket Hawks. Jacob Dean is out there, so he's going to be taking the place of Kinsit in the lineup for the Hawks. As he's going to take his lead off first here. Not for time is called, and Centurinios settling back in here. From the stretch, here's the pitch from Hicks. And look, it might have been a pitch. As the play over to first is not going to be in time, and safe at first. All right, as we saw back in here, Centurinios back in here as the count is at 1-2. From the stretch, Hicks is going to pitch. And look like they're maybe trying for another pitch out there, but still over that first. There is Dean, as 2-2 is now the count. That's going to be low on that pitch there to make it the full count. Dean off first once again here. Here's the 3-2. It's going to be inside ball 4, and that's going to send Cinderinios to first base on the walk and send Dean to second. Reed Lunny stepping back in this game. He has walked, scored, singled, and singled again. He's going to have Dean on second and Cinderinios on first. We are still no outs away here in the top of the 7th. Third base coach giving Lunny the signs there. Of course, all sorts of touches of the cap and the pants and the shirt and the whatever else. Lunny steps in here. There's Dean off of second. There's Cinderinios off of first. Both runners are going. That pitch is going to be a ball. The play to third is going to be not in time. Safe. And looking back over there, O'Hara looking back at the umpire there, but that's not going to change the call. And now we got somebody coming out here, and once again, pretty sure it's not going to change it at all. Once again, that's the double steal, successful. That's going to put Dean on third and Cinderinios on second base. All right, we're going to get this going here, and then once we're done with that, we're going to hopefully get back with the game here. All right, looks like we're going to settle back into this thing here. And we're going to keep on going with this thing here. I think I heard someone from the Fredericton dugout said, got to keep on going here, and that's right. I mean, what's done is done. The call will not change no matter what you do or what you say. Dean on third, Cinderinios on second. Here's the pitch from Hicks. Ball. That's going to make it the 1-0 count. It's going to lead offs here for Dean off third and Cinderinios off second. Strike right in there. That's going to make the count 2-1. Foul to left side. Oh, geez. That was a flare to the left side there. Hopefully that one's all right over there. Looks like they are. I think we're good over there as the count now sits at 2-2. Somebody banging on the Newmarket dugout there with those hard steel walls. It's going to be a ball. Full count. All right, here comes the 3-2. That's going to be driven. Center field. This could go. And it does go. That's going to be the 3-run home run there, as able to put that one over there. Lunny gets it over. And put those ones on the board there for Newmarket. All right, Morey's going to step back in here. He in his at-bats today, he has singled. He has flew out to left field and gotten out on a fielder's choice. That's going to be the ball in there. Strike. Makes it the 1-1 count. It's going to be outside for the ball. Driven over to the third base side. That's going to get through air into left field. With the base hit and send Maury to first on the single. Murdy stepping back in here in this game. He's popped out to shortstop. Grounded into a double play and grounded out to second base. And time is out here. And looks like a fresh ball coming in here. All right. Continuing to build this lead here are the Hawks as they look to head into the bottom seventh of a good position here. Of course, they're still in top seven here as that one's going to go for a ball. Still no one gone here in the top of the seventh as that was a ball, 1-0 the count. That one driven to the left side and fair down the left field line. That's going to send, and they're going to wave around the runner from third. And it's going to come in there for the score. So that's going to be the RBI double there for Murdy, as he's able to get that one and able to send in Maury to home. And another one goes on the board for Newmarket. And it looks like we're going to see a pitching change here for the Royals as Hicks' outing is done. And we're going to get back to it as soon as the new pitcher is ready to go. Alec McRae stepping in as the new pitcher for the Royals, relieving Hicks. And, of course, he has to leave center field and replace him in center field. Aiden McWilliams there for the Newmarket. So that's going to be foul back there. 0-1's going to be the count as that one careens off our position right behind us here. Aiden McWilliam, excuse me, now in center field for Fredericton. So that is going to continue on with this one here. And that's going to be drilled by Jacob Salapika to the left side on the foul ball, and that's going to drop in the foul there. As 0-2 now will be the count. Salapika in his previous at-bats, he has singled, scored, popped out to shortstop, and flew out, or reached on air, I should say. As that ball is going to get away, and that is going to advance Murdy to third. One and 2 is to be the count now. Here's the pitch from McRae. That's going to be high there to make it the 2-2 count. That's going to be pop foul to the right side. Well, actually, no, it was caught. I thought that was going to be, but no, drifts back fair, and the catch looked like it was. Oh, that was going to hit that there, and that's going to send that man. Yeah. So the peak got off the first there, and score Murdy. All right. Bejo going to step back in here. In this game, he has, of course, he had that home run earlier. He's also walked and flew out to right field. As that's going to be a ball, 1-0, or strike, excuse me, 0-1 the count. Finally cleared up out there. Looks like we're finally getting some sky and sun out here, as that one's going to be pounded to second. And they're going to try and get the play of the runner there, and they get the play there. So the fielder's choice comes there, so that's going to make Salapika out at second. But, of course, reaching on the fielder's choice there is Bejo. All right, coming up here, Ament coming back up here in this game. He struck out. Reached on a fielder's choice and flew out to shortstop. He comes up here with Hicks, going to throw the pitch in. That's going to be kind of dribbled off the first base side here. Close play in here, and they got him at first. So that's going to be the out, and now we're 2 away. The 1-3 put out there on Ament as that's able to get over there to McTavish for the out. But it's going to advance Bejo the second here as Lucas stepping back in here. Lucas in this game, he's grounded out to first, had a single and struck out. That's going to be a ball. 1-0 the count here. McRae about to deliver this pitch in. The lefty. That's ball. 2-0. Runner goes off to third, swing and a miss. The play to third, close, safe. So able to get in there is Bejo on that one. But the count is going to be 2-1 here on Lucas. Something going on in the Fredericton dugout there. Looks like it is going to be resolved, or at least not brought any further as plates cleaned off. All right, stepping back in here is Lucas. That's inside there. to make the count. 3-1. McRae with the 3-1 pitch. That's going to be a walk, and that's going to send that man Lucas to first. All right, Jacob Dean going to come up. This is his first at-bat of the game here. Of course, he's saying he came in as a pinch runner earlier in the game in relief of Kinsit at second base. And we'll see what he can do here. We have runners at the corners here as there's Fejo still at third, and there's Lucas at first. Right in there for a strike, 0-1 the count. It's a swing and a miss there. Strike 2, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And I think that was a drop strike there, and we'll just touch the bag anyway. Or yeah, just touch. I was about to say just touch the bag. Yeah, there you go. And that's going to do it here for the top half of the 7th inning. Aiden McWilliam going to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning here, of course, taking the place of McRae in the batting order, and of course is playing center field. Here's the pitch in from Bryn Bymiller. That's going to be in there for a strike, 0-1. Of course, Bymiller going to try for the complete game here, but needs 3 more outs. That's in there. That's going to be 1-1, the count. Next one in here. Ball. And that's going to make it the 2-1 count here. And it's looking to close this thing out here, the Newmarket Hawks, and advance to the final later today. Scheduled for 7 p.m. start. As that's going to be a swing and a miss there. Strike 2, 2-2 on Aiden McWilliam. This is his first at-bat of the game here, of course. Has come in to relieve Alec McRae in center field when McRae went into pitch there for the Royals. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to send him down and 1 away here. All right, McTavish going to step his way in here in the this game thus far. McTavish has had a walk and another walk. Here comes the pitch. Strike, hard of the plate, 0-1. That one's going to be high there to make it the 1-1 count. Might be coming up on a pitch count here for Bryn Bymiller. They're going to try and get the complete game here. Strike, inside corner, 1-2. That's going to be foul back, and that keeps the at-bat going here for McTavish as the wind starting to pick up once again here. Already settling back in here. Bymiller throws that one in there. That's going to be a drop, third strike, and the easy throw is going to come to first here, and that's going to make it 2 away. All right, McRae stepping in here, who's currently pitching. Of course, started out relieving in center field before moving to the mound. Oh, quick consultation here between the... Going to have this one here. Not exactly sure what the nature of this consultation at this particular point is. I guess perhaps just seeing some stuff they don't like, or perhaps going to take him out here. Oh no, he's going to stay in there. I thought for a second maybe that was going to be the end of Bymiller's day after 6 2/3, but no, they're going to see if he can get this last out here. Obviously, he's not up on a pitch count yet, so I think we just got the signal from the umpire. He has 4 pitches left. 4 pitches left as Bymiller, so he's got 4 left here. So we'll see if we can get it done in those 4 pitches. That's going to be a... but of course, he can finish the batter. Of course, once they run into the pitch limit, they can finish the batter. Just so that we're 100% clear on that, as that's going to be 1-0 off the ball. That's going to be away, 2-0. Of course, what a great game that he has pitched, just the 1 run given up there all the way back in the first inning. All right, Bryn Bymiller's going to step back in here. Has fouled off, and that's going to make the count up to 2-1. 1 out is all that's needed here for the Hawks to move on to the finals here. That's going to be grounded to the third base side, but foul. That's going to bring the count up to 2-2 here. All right. McRae steps back in. 2-2 the count. And Bryn Bymiller going to send this one in here. Off the 2-2. That's going to be sent up and into center field, and that's going to be in there for the hit, and that's going to send that man to first base. And now here comes the moment that I didn't think was going to happen here, but it is going to, as the pitch count has run out here, and that's going to do it for Bryn Bymiller on the round after 6 2/3. Very nice innings for him, and oh, big hug there. I love that. Oh, that's showing the love there. That's more love there. That is great. I like seeing the big bear hugs going on there. Look at they're going to give him to all the infield there. That makes you feel all very nice. That's just great. All right, we're going to get a new pitcher in here for the Hawks, and we'll be back when that new pitcher is ready to go. Ethan Boivier, the new pitcher in there for the... Oh, just a second. As now we're good to get back to... Oh, just a second. Boivier sends the first pitch in there for a strike to Logan Walsh. He has singled, scored, lined out to third, and flew out to shortstop, as that one's going to be sent back on the foul ball there. 0-2. Boivier could have a brief pitching appearance here, having filled in for Bryn Weimiller there with his 6 2/3 very nice innings. Here's the pitch in here. That's going to be in the dirt for a ball. 1-2. Boivier was warming up in the bullpen for a little bit earlier, and now he gets his chance to pitch into this game here, but it might be a very short pitching stint here for Boivier. We'll see what happens. 1-2 the count. That's going to be grounded, too short. The throw over is going to be in time, and that'll do it for this one. The Newmarket Hawks are going to the finals. So 9-1. Newmarket Hawks are going to get this victory here, doing their damage in the first and seventh innings. 4 runs in the first, 5 runs in the seventh. So they're going to be back here at 7 p.m. to play the winner of the next semifinal, which is a scheduled 1 p.m. start time for that semifinal number 2. The Dartmouth Orla Renegades and the Kitchener Panthers to play in that game, the second semifinal. And, of course, the Fredericton Royals will be off to the bronze medal game, which is scheduled for a 4 p.m. start, and they'll play the loser of that second semifinal, obviously. All right, we're going to get our play of the game presentations momentarily. I think we know who it's going to be on Newmarket, but we don't know until the last until it's announced. So we'll see here, and of course we await Fredericton's player of the game as well. And Hale gets the player of the game there. He almost was able to get the complete game in there late at the end there. And he did some good stuff on the mound today. Now, I think we know who it's going to be for Newmarket player of the game, but we don't know until the announcement. And Fajo gets the player of the game. Okay. Everyone's clapping at that, but I could have swore was going to go to Miller there, but Fajo's going to get that one. He had the home run, so I guess you could make a claim for him. He had one earlier there. And that's going to get the player of the games, and that is going to do it for this one here. And we'll see you back here at 1 o'clock for the second semifinal, the Renegades and the Panthers, and we'll see you back for that one, 1 p.m.